How's it going, YouTube? This is Lucas with Frozen TCG. We're coming in with the next episode in our Vmax series where we feature Eternatus Vmax. We're going to go through a vanilla list as well as changes I might consider depending on the metagame or what you're looking to beat in your games. So let's get right into it. We're playing a pretty vanilla list of Eternatus to start off the video. For Eternatus, give us the best possible odds we can get to get this going. I'm a huge fan of Weavile, and I'm not currently playing a counter to Decidueye. Let's hop right into those matches. So our opponent chose to go first. Typically we do want to go first, but this deck has a decent draw going second. We are going to try to evolve into Weavile, and we don't have a hard time retreating Absol, so we're definitely sticking that up front with the Sneasel on the bench, and we'll see what our opponent started with. Okay, it looks like we might be playing the Mirror. They do have the Hoopa Tech. Doesn't really help out in the Mirror in my opinion. I could be wrong with Jirachi. Maybe it's not Eternatus, maybe it's a different dark deck. Okay, Pokemon Research Lab, definitely different. So this lets opponents search their deck for 2 Pokemon that evolve from unidentified fossils and put them onto their bench. So we're playing against the Aerodactyl deck. If you don't have any Pokemon GX or EX on your bench, this attack does 180 instead of 90, so it's a big hitting Aerodactyl. It is still technically an evolution Pokemon, even though it is acting like a basic on the bench, so it can use a lot of things to its advantage. We're just going to Pierce here to go ahead and set up the Eternatus for next turn. Going to hold on to the hiding energy as it might come in handy and just pass. Opponent scoop up nets to get around Absol, and they're going to get right up and aggressive using that triple energy. Not a bad draw for us. We're going to draw a bunch here, replace their stadium, and probably start going off, so let's hope for it. They do struggle to knock out our Vmax. It's kind of a theme against Eternatus for a lot of decks right now. So we're going to attach the Dark, quick ball the boss's orders away. We do play another bosses, so it's alright. We'll Crobat first before researching here to see the max amount of cards. We definitely need to get to the Vmax this turn. There he is. As well as the Weavile is really strong. So when they're unable to knock out our Eternatus this turn, we'll use Weavile to get back out. So we're going to quick ball this Darkness energy. We do play Turbo Patch, so there is a synergy there. I don't really want to discard this Black Market. It lets us try to keep up with the opponent. We really need to get ready for another Eternatus next turn, so let's just do that. But we do need to use this Profs, even though we're discarding the Black Market, just to get another damage counter out. We could have greedy went for the Zigzagoon last turn, but we decided not to guarantee the Eternatus setup, and I think that was fine. Very defensible. Either of these is a fine place to put a damage counter. It's not going to matter. We already are set up. This Turbo Patch is pretty clutch. Even if we don't hit it, I think we're okay. I doubt they're knocking out our Eternatus, but we'll see here. We do play this deck a lot. We do play this deck a lot on it. We do play this deck and expand it a lot. And I miss it there because we don't have Darkrai for the free retreat right now. Make sure to catch our live streams. We do a lot of work on these decks for days and days. We played Eternatus in Standard for like 16 hours after launch, basically. On and off, trying the combo variant, this variant, without Weavile. Yeah, and we definitely fell on this. This is my fastest and most consistent list. We got the combo list down to something that I'm happy with too, and we'll go over that next. Get some switching going on. No Absol on the field anymore, so it's easier for opponents to retreat anyway, if they do just go for the board. I think our opponent's deck is pre-rotation, but I could be wrong. It looks pretty clean so far. Nope, skateboard, so it is a pre-rotation deck. Here we go. So our opponent didn't want to give us the big hit. I think we just come up and like kill the Aerodactyl now. But let's see if we hit Turbo Patch first. Missing on all of them. I even think missing all of these is going to be fine. Yeah, let's just kill these Aerodactyls. They can't get any more out because of our Viridians, so it seems pretty clutch. Maybe even the Coco is a decent option. Get rid of the Coco before they can use it to excel up. Let's just take the Aerodactyl. Get him dead. So they're set up to use the Coco here. I don't know if there's some big energy attacker outside of what we've already seen, but this guy's not going to do anything to us. It does like 4 times 2 plus 10, so 90. 30 Erica, so they can't catch her around to a lower, like Eternatus V or Weavile GX right now. What we got going on, opponent? Grabbing one Aerodactyl back in. It's interesting. Are they detonning here? That was a very weird sequence of plays. So they'll get their Aerodactyls back. They should have just 2 in the deck. Yep, perfect. And then they end their turn. So we're going to Viridian to get rid of this Pokemon Center again. It's not super clutch right now, but it seems fine. There's really nowhere good for us to put damage counters, but we do just want to keep the bench Pokemon flowing if we can. I think it's better to hold on to the Malolana and the Profs here. We don't even need to attach necessarily, so let's just take the kill, keep on going. So ideally, the opponent is going to try to set up a couple like catcher plays on our Eternatus Vs here. Okay, they do play Salamence. I was wondering about that because they're already playing the triple acceleration energy, so they might as well do 240 with the Saladad. Tapu to charge up both, not bad. And a counter gain plus a twin. Yeah, so technically all of that is live. They're probably going to come up with that Dactyl, hit us. We'll Malolana out here, I think. We left our opponent with a lot of resources, but we didn't see the Marnie until we drew off the top there. So let's Malolana. Maybe not. I was thinking we Malolana to Weavile, move the energy up to Weavile and do him for 130, but then he could actually kill us with Salamence Vmax. And in doing so, getting rid of all of our energy. So we might be better just drawing cards here. Yeah, let's draw cards. We gotta neg our opponent for 2 as well. Not bad. Alright, so there's the second E. So let's Turbo Patch. 3 tails on Turbo Patch this game, and I think we're still gonna be fine. We'll set up another Weavile. That makes me feel a lot more confident than I was in making the Weavile swap plays. So we still have some options there. And we'll draw with Crobat to see what else we can get. Okay, so the swap plays are definitely live. We didn't heal our guy, so he can catch or kill it. But we might even just put up another Eternatus. So yeah, let's just... I don't want to put the hiding energy on the Eternatus to switch because I'm going to move all the energy off of it to play it safe here. So I'm going to put like a hiding energy on the new one, and then Weavile these energies to another new one. So even if he takes this, we're totally okay with that right now. And just get the knockout. That Salamence is looking juicy too. We did already boss though, so now he just basically can't promote it, or he loses. By Marnieing instead of proffing earlier, we also saved our Malolana for coming up turns. Opponent's trying to go off here. He's gonna grab Salamence Vmax. He could probably hit us for 240 if he wanted to, but I don't see that being helpful. Just like setting up a 2-shot on another one of our guys. Or is he gonna take... Okay, yeah, this is a better play. Just takes the damaged one. So this basically comes down to like a boss's orders, as a lot of games do in Standard. I mean, our bench is pretty fresh, so we'd have to hit something new. We'll put an energy down regardless. Let's start stacking some damage counters on this Salamence. And then we're going to Marnie again to neg our opponent for 1. Hopefully this is enough. Don't let them have the boss's orders. I think we always want to shuffle our opponent there, because they made that play knowing what was in their hand, and that could lead to them having the boss's orders out. And let's Dread End. Kind of pray they don't have it, I guess. It's pretty close. Cat's hungry. He's around here, yelling around. Hey, buddy. Hi. He's confused. I'll show him to you if he comes around this way. Hi, peanut butter. Yeah, is my desk set up weird? I know, I'm not streaming. Kind of has a spot he lays down in during the stream, but set up different. Alright, our opponent's taking another look for that boss's orders. Oh shit, there it is. It's probably game. I assume they have the triple in their hand after drawing so many. It could also just be promoting something with a lot of HP here. There's a double. Sorry, cat almost knocked over the computer. The issue with the double energy here is he sets up like another 2 prize out by killing the Zigzagoon if he wants to. So we have to retreat. We can't heal with Malolana because we don't have 2 cards to discard. Just gonna show him we had it. Okay, let's get right into the game. We won the coin flip. We want to go first in this deck. Not a bad start. We got the Absol and the Quick Ball. It's really all we need to get going. Seems weird, but Absol is nearly an ideal starter in this deck. Eternatus is better, but this is definitely fine. We are going to Quick Ball. We got to be careful. We don't want to discard too many resources to get going. But we definitely want to find our Eternatus here. I don't think we want to play the Zigzagoon down. We're going to discard the Malolana. I assume we are going to want to be able to get to everything next turn. you know, play Evo Incense, grab Eternatus Vmax, play the Zigzagoon on something, and then just profs and switch out of there. And I think we'll call it good. Our hand looks pretty weak, I think, to our opponent. Obviously, you can't play a supporter on turn 1, but not overextending there is probably going to help us out in the long run. Ooh, Crushing Hammer. Lucky. Playing against Zekrom, Dragapult, the Mirror. Okay. Sorry, my cat Peanut Butter is laying on my desk, holding down the camera, and he's kind of biting the hand off. Wants to play. He's nice, but a little bitey. Okay, so we're playing against Vikavolt. It looks like we're not playing against Zekrom. Let's say the hammers would have been weird. So here's another hammer. It's not the end of the world for us. We do play turbos to kind of counteract. But he's going to try to Mareep Sleep stall us for the entire game. Quick Ball's a really nutty draw here, actually. I think we get rid of the Zigzagoon. Yep. Tempted to go with like a Crobat, but then we might end up discarding more with the Juniper than we want to. I know we do. I have to kind of go ham here with like the turbo patches. Can't turbo patch right onto the Eternatus Vmax anyway. Playing a little bit of a long haul here no matter what we do. So let's grab Sneasel. Goal is to, yes, play a bunch of our trainers this turn, hopefully, because we are going to get Vikavolted in no time. Let's get rid of his Prism Stadium with ours. Always a great trade. Love it. We're going to put... I don't know if the 10 damage of the Mareep is going to help us at all. We have limited copies of this card. Just thinking through our alternative attackers. It's not, so we'll put it on the Dedenne. Make it 150, a little bit better math. We will keep going here in reverse order, obviously. My cat's being a menace now. All right, buddy, we're done here. Oh. I'm sorry, in reverse order here, we get to draw cards without discarding them. So Crobat. He's just jumping up on me. And we'll pass here. They might possibly be stuck active, and they're going to have a hard time playing around this. Alright, our opponent still feels pretty stuck. So Eternatus and then the Weavile is going to be clutch here because we have to turbo patch onto other Pokemon and then move them to Eternatus now. So let's Marnie them out. Probably quick balling again here. So Evo Incense. Quick ball. Couple energies in there now. Crobat for 3 feels pretty desperate, but if we hit it, we get to go off. Alright, it's tempting not to start knocking out things until we find boss's orders, but we've got to go for it here. Nice, alright, so we get it back. All of his hammerheads are now patches for us, which is great. Move this guy up. And then let's knock him out. So we are going to let him out of the Jirachi lock here. He's getting to see trainers every turn anyway, and that's a GG. It's the power of Absol. Let's get into another game here. We won the flip again, so yep, we'll take first. We always take the chance that we can start one of our Pokemon that need to evolve so that we can get ahead of the curve. Who cares if we can't play supporters? This is just what we gotta do. Starting Crobat is not ideal. No supporter here. Great draw. So we're gonna go ahead and actually do this now, discarding an energy to get an energy, and we'll flip for some turbo patches just to see if we can get way ahead of our opponent. And we do want it on the active for now, and then we will pass. Duraludon, this is probably ADP-Z, right? This Pokemon allows them to deal with Metal Weak Pokemon very well with a baby. It allows them to also take on non-EX decks. Okay, they got their patch too, only fair. Did they energy switch as well? Did the turn 1 alter creation? They got the Dedenne, so they'll probably get it. That's pretty sweet. Alright, let's get a good game here. We gotta see if we can draw some cards or else we're dead. Alright, you got an opponent? Hey? No, gonna go for the hammers? Alright. I like seeing that. Hate those hammers, man. There's another patch. He got both of them. That'll be his turn 1. No energy switch. Alright. We didn't get there either, but I mean, hitting for 60 here feels really lame. We're probably just going to Venomous Fang them, honestly. We could Power Accelerator, but I think this is just best. So yeah, let's just evolve. Let's discard another energy. We're thinning our deck out, but also we're going to take a shot on this Turbo. Nice. Put a hiding on our Vmax and get it with a Venomous Fang. 70 plus poison. Now if we draw like a Pokeball or any supporter that draws a card here, we've got a pretty good chance of filling up a board enough to kill a 200 HP ADP versus the original 280. I can definitely see them retreating here and doing something else though, so we'll see what they try to do. They don't heal this poison, which they're not. There's a lot of kills we have here. Come on. That's not it. I don't think that we have Viridian now. I think we wait. I do think we attach an energy though because of Weavile later. Maybe not though. Alright, let's just get him. I can't imagine they're staying active with this one, but they might. Just get the Ultimate Ray off, take 3 prizes. It's pretty good here. They'll be trading it, but maybe not if I keep drawing dead. But they should be playing towards their best outs here. I don't know if that was it, because honestly, they might just be dead as well. They don't have any supporters, so it's probably the case. Sets up a second ADP. If we just have to fight ADPs all day, I'm feeling pretty good about that. But we gotta draw some way to get out of this stuck. Marnie does get us out of this stuck, and it shuffles him, which is nice. I am gonna attach that energy while we guarantee it. Let's discard the Vmax. Obviously we're killing this guy up active. Yikes, we prized the Sneasel, both of them. So that explains some of our luck with the Pokemon. Yeah, let's just go for Absol then. We're probably going to try to win at the back of one Eternatus this game, but we have another one in the deck if we need it. It'd be really nice to just get a bunch of Zigzagoons here too. I want to make sure we have a second attacker ready. Start placing some damage counters on the other ADP because we cap out at 270, so we have a chance now of killing it. Another heads on a Turbo Patch is good. Obviously we can't say we win this, but hopefully we draw a Sneasel off the top. That's what we really need here, because they're going to start damaging us, and we either have to heal or switch those energies off of us right away. Boss's Orders is clutch. So let's say our opponent doesn't choose to promote ADP here. Boss's Orders gives us access as well. But honestly, we might just take the Duraludon. We'll see here. Get rid of our retreat energy, that's fine. Played a Zamazenta, which walls our Vmax. So we might save the bosses here for the Dedenne after they try to wall us for a turn. Because we've drawn nothing, we have both bosses available in the deck. They're going to bring up a Crobat to kind of stall us out and hit us with Metal Sharpener. That means another boss's order on their end wins them the game. So let's play another Absol. Makes it hard for them to retreat. I'm tempted to bring up the ADP here. Nowhere near knockout though, so it feels bad to use the switch, but we're gonna do it because of Absol. Anyway, we're just going to knock them out. We're going to hold the boss's orders for the Dedenne on the bench because they're going to come up with Zamazenta next turn. If they find a catcher, there's not much we can do to a boss's orders now. Without Weavile, this got hard. He says, woo, that was close. Does he have it? Okay. Discard for a metal. Oh, man. Last card in hand? Alright, that was brutal. That was a super close game, though, clearly. Like, even though we drew really bad until, like, turn 4. So you can see how we popped off there. And we kept up with the ADP's AC that had a Vine Draw. They didn't feel turbo there, but they set up their ADP right away. Let's hop into the game here. Our opponent wins the flip. And they put us on second. Not super ideal for us. The Absol is a pretty great start. We'll take that any day. I think we're going to have Viridian here. If he leaves our hand as is. To get an energy, discard the energy, try to turbo patch the energy, and then go get a Crobat with the quick ball, draw 4. But my mind might change. I think it's a dark deck, could be the mirror. Black market is obviously something we don't want to play here, so we'll probably discard it, I'm gonna say. Our opponent put an energy down on Zigzagoon, so I'm wondering if they're Obstagoon. They might be Obstagoon. Still don't want to give them black market, that's for sure, if they're Obstagoon. Let's grab that energy. Same play though, we're gonna discard the energy instead of attaching it manually. I think we're actually gonna just go grab like Eternatus. It's gonna hurt to discard a boss's orders, but I think this turn we're researching no matter what, and I'd rather research before drawing a bunch of cards. So let's grab Eternatus, and then see if we get lucky. All right, we got the first one. That's fine. We're still gonna go with this here. Okay, that's a lot. With Obstagoon's HP, we do want a couple of counters on him, but he can scoop it up. We'll see. Absol. We'll play one more Eternatus, and then we'll end the turn. Seems fine. Oh, we are playing the mirror. Okay. He can totally scoop this up now. That's fine. we get to evolve first, which often in the mirror is pretty clutch. That gives us a leg up. He might get to hit our Eternatus before we get to hit theirs, though. Oh, they're playing Obstagoon in their Eternatus deck. Okay. That is something that has been discussed. It allows them to have better matchups in certain things. I don't know, though. Like, it allows them to have more active effects in certain matchups, but I wouldn't say they have a better matchup overall. Especially not, like, better than I do, per se. We're going to discard with Viridian now, because we know we're discarding some of these, so... It's a Chach and Profs. Decent draws. Weavile. I don't think we want to grab anything with Evo, and I doubt we're Crobatting again here. Let's see. Like, if we fail Evo, we could draw 2 off of a Crobat, and that might get us there. I'm not too excited to hit this Hoopa, though, so... We got our energy attachment. I think we might just call it good for now. Try to, like, Boss's Order up something that's unevolved as far as a V on the bench instead. I'm going to thin my deck. I don't think there's going to be a turn where I need to do this right away later. So let's just thin it out. Still thinking about the Crobat. Yeah, no, I just think getting the first hit with a Boss's Orders on one of their Vs is going to be better than letting us sit there naked, so let's pass. Okay, they hit their net before we did. They didn't go for the active, though. Still trying to set up. They must have another way out. So we're at 320 now. Ooh, boy. They kind of took a risk just sitting their Eternatus up front. I mean, if they play 4 and Evos and stuff, like, it's totally fine. They're going to find it. They play Great Balls? Do you think they play Great Balls and Evos? That's nuts to me. Alright. This might give them a leg up in the mirror, honestly, because they have so many more damage counters to put on. So, like, 290. They're so close to knocking us out. Ugh. Okay, and they play Capture. That's interesting. Yeah, that's a good call. So they take the single prize here, and they're going to let us be the first one to attack with an Eternatus. We're going to move up our fresh one, obviously, because they're stacking on this guy, and we'll move it around with Weavile. So I've always said Weavile is my mirror breaker, but this is going to be the test here if Weavile is worse than Obstagoon, which Obstagoon is not traditional at all. But we'll see here. I'm going to move the second one there as well, because we're going to end up Viridianing the energy in our hand, I think. Okay, 2 tails in there was really rough. The question here is, do we catch or kill something else? Like catch or kill a baby Eternatus or the Sableye? Sableye is probably something that's really good to kill here. It's going to clutch out like a bunch of damage on us. We only have this one Boss's Orders as well, so we might need it to get around like an Obstagoon wall or something. That'd be pretty bleak if we got to that state though. Just hit this guy for 180. Let's go a little bit deeper. That's what we wanted. I mean, if they kill a Crobat, fine. We want to just keep going with Eternatus loops, that's all. Does the Zigzagoon do anything anywhere? Not yet. It doesn't. Alright, let's just hit him. Getting a fist fight with this guy. I don't think he should feel like he can leave his active, so he's probably going for like turbo patch plays or energy switch plays for a second Eternatus. Or if he's got the bosses, maybe he goes into the Sableye to kill our benched one. Because it's 6 times each damage counter, right? Yeah, so that's the death. See where he puts the energy, that'll tell us. Okay, he's going for another Vmax like we are. But the nice thing is next turn we can hide energy, retreat, move our energy, bosses orders his, and kill it. And then we're ahead on the race. We just don't have our second boss. Often it feels like this list should probably play 3 boss. Another 10 on our E. I don't think that number matters because we were already low enough, but I guess even another 10 just lets the normal Eternatus knock this out without any help, so that's a thing. And a Profs, wow. One's gonna like mill. You should have everything here though. Got the energy switch or the switch. He needs a lot still. Okay, scoop up net. Interesting. Okay, so that one's dead to just this normal guy. So if he just does a catcher here, he's ahead. Okay, he doesn't have the catcher. We are pretty far ahead now. We gotta save our boss's orders, which is nice. Ooh, we also gotta save our hide energy, which is really nice. We don't have the access to the 4th Eternatus like he does though, so do we just kill him with Weavile here? We might. Kill him with Weavile, tell him to figure out how to do 200. It's just like attach and hit us with this guy, honestly. I think we're gonna go out to this Eternatus, but we can still hiding energy if we want to get out. So we're gonna put 1 energy on each Eternatus because they're both able to be lethal. Maybe we actually put 1 on the Weavile here. Yeah, let's do that. Put a hide energy up front. I'm so tempted to kill it with something else. Like even like an Absol? Like a Crobat? Does Absol kill it? Has 3. 30 plus 120 is 150. That definitely kills it. Let's just knock it out. So our opponent's hand makes me feel like they definitely have the catcher here. Just their plays, I should say. They seem to struggle to get out of the active spot. Maybe we even just bring up their other Vmax. Should put this 10 on Weavile probably. Did he decline to put it anywhere? Or did I miss it? Is this thing gonna die to actual Obstagoon? 310, 320, it might. Alright, so they've got to have the catcher to kill this guy. If they do, that's game. If I had 2 catchers remaining, I would bring up the benched Eternatus, but I don't. I think it's only going to matter here, but I could be wrong. We could also just Marnie here and like hope he doesn't have the catcher then. Like that's probably better than us catchering, right? Because if we catcher kill like a 2-prizer, we don't win the game. If we catcher kill his Eternatus, he probably has ways out of it because he has so many cards anyway. So I think we just have to Marnie and hope we screw him out of it. I wish we had catch stamps in the deck at this moment. I don't think in general it's like the best thing. We're gonna leave a bench spot open for Crobat to draw more next turn if we need to. And then yeah, I think we're just hitting him. See what he does here. So we are in a spot where you could find, like, they didn't find it, like Obstagoon, Rare Candy Obstagoon, and just murder this one on the bench. The Obstagoon's really spicy in here. It's gotta slow you down though, right? Like, he clearly plays like at least a 4-1-2 line, 4-2-2, 4-1-1 line. It's probably 4-1-1 line, right? Just so he doesn't get too clogged up. We just shuffled it back into his deck though, so. Alright, he says, try to draw boss's orders to me. We say, challenge accepted. I think Marnie's better in this matchup at the moment. We're gonna have Viridians as well. Getting rid of a Crobat, drawing nothing, and then drawing 4 with our Crobat. No boss's orders, give him the broken heart. Okay. But we still have a play here. Like, we can retreat to Absol and knock him out with Absol. It's probably best. Does that knock him out? It doesn't. He'd have 10 HP left. Alright, let's hit him again. We're in the same spot as last time. Our opponent got a mulligan. Let's see if that saves them. There's a switch. Alright, opponent, show me the catcher. Don't slow roll me, bro. Okay, same thing for opponent. They've got it. They have to have it. There's no way they don't. 4 cards left in deck compared to our 9. Yeah. All right. They didn't get it, so we have another shot. We don't have any way to draw more cards here yet. He set us up so now his Vmax can kill ours. Hoopa can't be killed by Absol either. I wish this clock wouldn't tick down so fast right now. I know the game's like almost over, but come on. We're gonna have to do what he's doing. We're just gonna have to set up something and like stall, right? Because this dies to their dude. Do we Marnie them down? I'm trying to think here. Oh, I don't think so. We're gonna attach an energy there to retreat as needed. I'm tempted to prof just to guarantee that we have it next turn. So, like retreat to Absol. It has the hide energy so we can get out if we need to. And then we just profs. And pass. We found ours. Did you find yours? Oh man. I guess not. What are they gonna do? Okay, did you get it? I feel like we're being slow rolled. He's just putting a big beefy guy up front. Is that the goal here? Okay. Retreat. Hits us. Alright. GG opponent. Oh, GG opponent. He doesn't have Absol down. We'll take the big boy. Knock him out. Whew. Alright, that was a close one. Good game. Got to see two different builds really go at it. Kind of an interesting end game, but we were rolling in the beginning. You got to see kind of the thought pattern behind the mirror match, where we want to switch out and heal and attack the right thing, and kind of wall out when we can. And yeah, felt pretty good. So here's the deck list again. A couple edits I kind of mentioned while we were playing. Maybe we go up to a 4th Boss's Orders instead of the 4th Turbo Patch. That's kind of always been a flex spot, or the 2nd Pierce, right? So those are where my flexes are. I would tell you that sometimes that ends up being a Rose as well, depending on what I'm feeling. He seems just really good. Attaching 2 energy to an Eternatus out of nowhere is a big tempo play out of your discard pile, even though it makes you discard your hand. That doesn't really matter when you get into those. In these Vmax games, you do get into a lot of those late game scuffles when you're playing against, I don't know, Salamence as well. ADP, you saw us get into a scuffle. So I think it's really valuable to have that ability if you can. So we're going to move on to the combo list and play a couple games there too, just to show it off, see if we can't pop off and do something cool.